What's up, you filthy weeblets? Today I'm going to talk about a show I mentioned in my summer 2021 video, Battle Game in 5 seconds. Now, when I watch anime, sometimes I want a deep, fleshed out plot with great world building, your Made in Abysses, your Naruto's, your Promised Neverlands, ignoring season 2. And sometimes I want to make myself cry to remind myself I can feel emotion, Jessica, you bitch. Please come back. And sometimes I just want to watch some anime titties. I'm sure you can all relate. But also there are days in which all I want to see is some quality, fun, bullshit action. Enter Death Game anime. Now Death Game / Battle Royale anime, they're not anything new. We've all been there, done that. The plot lines in these shows generally follow the same formula. Regular male protagonist is having a regular day. Somehow regular protagonist finds himself in a situation in which he or someone he knows is involved in a Battle Royale death game in which they can only be one winner and the game cannot be stopped. Because of magic. Regular things. Insert someone dying, insert protagonist likely crying, vowing to win the game by any means necessary, and then going on to kill others not because he's a bad person, but because he has to in order to defeat the people who created the game and kill them in the end. Rinse and repeat through the show's runtime and you got yourself a very solid C-tier anime. These shows understandably have a pretty bad rep because the reality is, they're not super intricate or well-made shows. My first Death Game anime was King's Game, and let me save you some time, don't watch it. It's a top contender on my list for worst anime I've watched. And because of King's Game, I've ignored most Death Game anime shows that people recommended to me because it left a really sour taste in my mouth. But then I watched Darwin's Game, and this show captivated me from the jump, mainly because of this clip of Mr. Panda here. Oh, Mr. Panda, you better watch out with the knife, you might hurt someone. Oh no, there you go, you did it again, Mr. Panda, what are we gonna do with you? Darwin's Game felt like a breath of fresh air after being chronically addicted to Jewel Pod since the age of 12. It smells like Sako Yandere wife we'll have to sim for. What I liked most about the show was the sigil powers every character had. This girl has chains and whips. This girl can see into the future. And this guy is American because he has a gun. This show has creative abilities, fun characters, and a tolerable protagonist, which is something most Death Game shows don't have. Overall, I enjoyed Darwin's Game, and it sparked my interest to start watching another anime with the word game in it. Battle Game in 5 seconds. Battle Game in 5 seconds is an anime which combines every weeb's two favorite genres, isekai and death games. Our main character, Akira, who is a gamer, gets isekai into another world in which he is made to compete in one of these said death games. However, like Darwin's Game, they each have a special ability. Some people have abilities like teleportation, 5 times their physical strength, or he can make a sword out of a stick. Very cool sword guy. But Mr. Protagonist-kun has the ability which reads whatever the other person thinks his ability is. In combination with standard plot armor and gamer status, Akira is able to use a unique ability very proficiently. Right away, he is able to convince his opponents he has the ability to turn his arm into a cannon, which is perceived as a pretty powerful ability. What I like most about the show is the strategy utilized between the combatants. Now this is not only within the fights, but also outside of the fights, as inherently you don't actually know your opponent's ability in the game. So we see a lot of these cool mind games play out in which the opponents have to guess each other's ability while fighting against said ability. For example, Mr. Sword Guy says he has the ability to make a sword out of a stick. Everyone's like, oh, good job, Mr. Sword Guy, you can make a sword, ooh. And then right before he gets stomped by a boulder, in classic last-minute anime fashion, his sword can cut through anything. He forgot to mention that. Ooh, ah. There's a lot of moments like this in the show, which gives me flashback to old Naruto fights, when strategy was actually involved and there wasn't f***ing aliens in the show. Good times, good times. Currently the show is in an arc in which our main cast are in a pocket realm. In this pocket realm there are 3 factions, and 2 of these factions are about to go to war against each other, green team and red team. And we have characters that can do this, look like this, and fight like this. And then that shit got me hyped. Even though this show doesn't have as complex themes as other shows airing this season, like To Your Eternity, I still find myself most excited for this show every Monday. The unfortunate truth is you'll never see a show like Battle Game in 5 seconds nominated for Anime of the Year, and you'll rarely see anyone vouching heavy for these shows. But I, for one, shamelessly enjoyed these shows. Sometimes it is okay to take a break from having better taste than everyone else, and you can go ahead and watch a not so good anime. Trust me, you'll be okay. That's all I have today. This is
Senpai.
Sad Boy. It's been real. Please hit that like button, subscribe for more anime related content. Peace.